At times, when you have a vision of what is coming forth in the future, more especially when that vision is a vision of greatness, you must get yourself ready for battle. Our God is a God of purpose. Our God is an intentional God. God is not like man who does something without a reason. His purpose is immutable. That is, his purpose does not change. He can change the instrument to carry out his purpose, but his purpose is fixed. You see, God can never be stranded. When God wants to do something on earth, he will get it done. God is very used to human disappointment. And every time he focuses on somebody to use, every time he wants to get somebody to fulfill his purpose, he's already preparing a replacement. Because he knows that by the virtue that he has given man will to be able to decide yes or no, there will be some people that he actually wants to use, but they are not willing to be used. Stop the work of God. I will stop something from moving ahead. It is a lie. There is nobody that can stop the work of God. Nobody that can say, I am irreplaceable. There is no man that cannot be replaced by God. Because when God wants to get something done, he gets it done. The fact that purpose haunts. That it doesn't matter the level of your success. It doesn't matter the level of your accomplishment. It doesn't matter the extent of the degree that you have. Purpose haunts. In as much as you are not fulfilling purpose, you still see that void of fulfillment in your heart. So purpose will frustrate your success. You may just have acquired a degree and you are celebrating, oh, I've got this degree. And then you are in your bed and purpose haunts. It says, and so now, what is next? He says, is that all? How is your life counting? There will be some people in the stage of their life, presently, the purpose is not known. But later, the purpose will be known. There are some people, the purpose is not known now. And the purpose will only be known at the die minutes, when there is a need to fulfill that purpose. God, at times, hides himself. It's not all the time that God reveals his hand. At times, God hides himself. At times, he does not reveal everything he wants to do. And that is why it is not all the time that purpose is known. We can cry and ask people that they should pray as much as possible to know the purpose of God for their lives. But not everyone will know the purpose of God for their lives. It is not everyone. There are some that they will know it a little bit. There are some they may have a panoramic view of the purpose. But there are some that they are genuine. Are you listening to me? They are even crying. Jesus, I want to serve you. What do you want me to do? But he hides it. But he hides it. And for the fact that he has hidden his purpose does not necessarily mean that you are justified to fail him. I want you to know that when the purpose of God is hidden, it is a delicate situation. It's a delicate state to be. Because when you don't know the reason behind your life, you fail to invest in your life. Whenever there is no definition of a purpose, there is a tendency to live carelessly. Yet, God constantly has some people with hidden purpose. What did I say? God constantly have some people with what? With hidden purpose. And can I tell you that often when God has people with hidden purpose, there is joker. Now, you see, in God's own design, some of the people that he hides from the scene, some of the people that it seems as if they still don't know the reason, are you following me, for their existence. some of them are his joker. Those who genuinely have hidden purpose, their purpose will be made manifest suddenly. In contrast, those who have hidden purpose, they enjoy watering. Because their purpose is hidden, it prevents them from being a subject of demonic attack and antagonism. What God usually do for those who have hidden purpose is he waters them. Are you listening to me? They enjoy one kind of watering. He blesses them. He promotes them. Are you following me? He elevates them until they get to the center stage of where he wants them to perform an action. God, usually, when somebody is his joker, he hides the person. He works something out in the life of that person because he wants to throw that person as a joker finally. It can be that the person will stop something. That is just the only reason. He will keep promoting that person until that person gets to the height sufficient enough where he can stop that thing. Are you listening to me? And nobody is noticing that this person, even the person may not know. At the dying minute, the Lord surfaces on the scene and says, can you do this for me? Now, I want you to begin to look at it. Do you know why you are lucky like you are? Everybody applied, but they chose you. Are you listening to me? Many people were rejected, but you were spared. Many people died in that accident, but you escaped. There is a divine hand of God that marks out a person that God wants to use as his joker. And if the person does not know what he or she needs to do, he can misbehave at that moment. Esther never knew the purpose of God. She never had any idea. She was just a slave girl. Even Mordecai never knew anything. Just said, okay, can you go for the competition? You look beautiful. But God knew ahead what the devil was planning. Even though God was watering Esther, she did not know. She just felt that God just liked me. Have you seen some people, they just feel that they are just special. God just loves them. And it's just only blessing them so that they can enjoy themselves and their family. God is a God of purpose. He does things intentionally. And the reason for your watering may not be evident. It may be evident at the last minute. And do you know there have been some people that they failed God at that point in time? There are some people that they find themselves in the place of influence when they need to voice out from God and they chickened out. And all their lives, why God blessed their parents, why God made them to go to the best of schools, why God intentionally located them and gave them a good husband or a good wife, He's just propping them up. Because he wants them to be something for him. And when they get there, because they don't know the purpose, they fumbled. I told you that God can never be stranded. We can delay the fulfillment of his purpose, but his purpose will happen. When the vessel, the instrumentality to carry out his purpose fumbles, it can delay his move, but his move will happen. There are some people that God decorated them. Do you know why? Out of your lineage, God located you. When you went to the worst of primary school, finally God brought you out from the merry clay. Are you listening to me? And yet, some people, despite the watering of God, they are still fumbling. So why is it that God has some hidden purpose? Number one is because God is a master strategist. He will want to keep the devil in the dark about some things he wants to do. Because if he doesn't keep the devil in the dark concerning some things, the devil will fight it. Do you know that if the devil had known that the work of salvation is that Jesus must die and resurrect, it will prevent Jesus from dying. Because our God is a master strategist. There will be some of you that God is preparing for a divine purpose. He's not even making it known to you so that you don't carelessly go and say it out. For every divine event in your life, pause. For every divine hand, every miraculous intervention, pause. And ask that, why am I this special? There is a reason. There is a reason.